Hello everyone, I'm Faded Oasis. Thank you for tuning into my stream here on twitch.tv/Faded Oasis or watching the VOD on youtube.com/@Faded Oasis. I need to adjust it. Oh, where is it? This one. Hi. Hey Heller, how are you? Today I'm building this thing. The Mega Bloks Pokemon Butterfree, motion Butterfree, with flapping wings. This is, I guess, the third in my series of building these. I'm not going to build all of them because I don't like all of them, but I saw this one. I'm like, this is pretty cute, so I gotta build it. Yeah, this one's gonna be quick. Thanks for that first Heller. This one's not gonna be like super quick. It's probably gonna take all stream, but it's probably not gonna go to a second stream because it's about half the number of pieces the other kits, and this was definitely much more affordable than the other ones too. The Eevee and Butterfree, the Eevee and Pikachu rather. So if you want to build these, pick them up, but you're gonna have to do so from probably online somewhere because Mega Bloks doesn't have the Pokemon license anymore. So I'm gonna pump this music up a bit because it seems quiet. That's probably because I adjusted my microphone settings. So please do let me know if these, if I sound good and if the music is good volume. Yeah, I'm excited to start building this, so let's get started. Of course, I've already dumped out that whole box over here. We've got 6 different bags and a big folder, which has a picture of the wings on it. So I took a peek, and it does indeed have wings in it. So this will be interesting when we get to this. But Echo's back over here, and let's crack open bag number 1. Alright. I'm a touch louder than normal, but I'm a good audible volume for me and the delightful jazzy Pokemon arrangement. Fantastic. Yeah, this is probably going to be my new normal for my microphone volume. So long as the background matches, adjust your volume settings to whatever you're comfortable listening to. So I'm noticing none of the rubber pieces that were used for the feet of the Eevee build. I'm wondering if that's going to be in a later bag, because I do know we've got to start with the base here. Oh right, some of those pages are weird. Alright. Yeah, bags 1 through 3 are going to be the base. So let's get building. And I don't have infinite time, so let's get building sooner than... okay, so this is offset. Yeah, it's like that. I'm going to cut to here, because this is, I think, a better angle overall. Because you don't need all the extra space on the side here. You put the top down a bit. There's step 1 done. Then this goes across here with a white 5x2, a white 5x1, and another large plate. I'm immediately noticing that my placing the pieces is being picked up by the microphone. I can actually see if I can reduce that. Where are my filters? Come over here so I can see. Noise suppression, noise gate, upper compressor limiter. Okay, so I guess I could increase the noise gate. Open threshold should be... Oh no, because that makes my voice cut out if I increase that too much. So I'm not going to touch anything. And if these clicks are a little bit annoying, I apologize. Sorry for pointing it out. Alright, another... That's just going to be how it is. I mean, I know on previous streams I've had, like, the clicks of me putting pieces together. Maybe I just didn't notice how much was being picked up. Alright, flip this over. This goes here. It sits there. And then we get a bunch of these tiles. These are all 1x5s. Two more here. And two 1x3s. Fits the overall block making stream aesthetic. Ooh. Alright, now we've got the base done, and obviously Butterfree's name is going to go right on those pips right there. The nameplate, but that's probably not until the end. Alright, we got our good color coding blocks here. Red versus blue. Which color do you think is going to win? Vote now on your phones. A 5x1 gray piece? It is. And this goes here. Yeah. Then we've got dark green. we've got a very weird pattern coming here, and I think it's just because of the way the gearing is going to have to exist. Background music's on fire. Yeah, I love this album. Ooh, I wonder if we're gonna have a window in the back here. See the gears move. Oh, I guess this is the front, considering that's where the nameplate is. So maybe we won't have a window in this build. I liked that about the EV one. That we could see in the gears in the back. Alright, now we're making a weird block. Alright, there we go. We have the equivalent of a 3x1 brick with 2 pips on. And they spun this around. Alright. Alright, we have our first gear going in. I guess cog. There it is. Okay. Did I put the wrong gear on? I did put the wrong gear on. Okay, it slides right off. And by that I mean comes right out. There we go. And this one, the big gear, was here. Alright, now we've got a weird speed bump thing. Okay, so we get a little red peg here, and one on the other side in the hole near the edge, and then small frying pan-like thing here. that kind of... Oh, it spins freely because it's in the peg and the hole spins. It's supposed to? Looks like it. Alright, then we get a little pin on that. And then a green connector. And then when we slid that gear in, did it need to be in a specific orientation? I guess not. Okay, we're inserting the red pin into the gear here. Okay. So now this extends upward and downward, but it has a floor that it can't go past. And then we build up some walls. Alright, we're building another weird piece. This one's a 4x1. We get two 4x1 plates. Give it a peg on this side and side pips on this side. And that goes here with the peg going in the hole. Okay. So now, as the gear spins, let's see if we can get close in on this. As the gear spins, that small piece is going up and down. Kind of like in a running animation. So, wonder how that's going to be used. Because we can't really fit anything else in there. Oh, so it's got to be that we're actually just plugging something into this green hole here. So as we do this, it moves back and forth. And that's it. Alright, so that's there. We also need this piece here. There it goes. Two of these. Okay. So we rotate this around again. Yellow piece goes here. And then we get two side pips there. That'll, I'm sure, be used for... Actually, one more here. Those will be used for the designs on the outside. Oh, that's the wrong way. There it goes. So why do we have that bump inside now? Possible that something's going to be rubbing or hitting that. some more side pips here. These go down here. And then these go here. Sorry about that. Alright, finally filling in down here. Or are we making another one of those seesaw things? Okay, we get a peg here and one here. And then same deal with a frying pan and the green connector. And that goes here. And we have another gear assembly. That goes in there. Vertical flapper for the wings. That's probably what these are. Okay, I'm assuming this is supposed to be like this, with this one vertical right now. Hey DX Blue, how are you? Welcome in. And we're working on, I'm building the Mega Motions EV, not EV, Butterfree. It's a brick building kit that will have flapping wings. So this goes here. And then it's showing that this can go down. Okay. And that's it for this bag. We have an extra piece. We probably shouldn't, because it's a 2x1. But I don't see where it would have gone, so yeah, we've got an extra 2x1. We also have extra tiny bits, but we always have that. Alright, I'm going to grab bag 2 and open it up. Alright. So we've got one long rod here. A few long plates, a lot of large plates. Alright, so I'm grabbing this rod. And just a 2x1. Here we go. And this gear goes. There we go. And then 2 yellow spacers, or bright green spacers, I guess. one by one here. Did we miss something? Oh no, this will be in step 36, okay. Come on. There we go. And then that goes here. Just making sure that the rod is flush at both ends so it doesn't rub on anything. Okay, then this whole thing goes from here to here. Ah, there we go. Okay. So this will drive this up and down. But we still need to drive the other section of gears. I assume we'll get there eventually. Okay. Long rod time. Start with 3 spacers. There it goes. Alright, then we get... oh, 2 of the small gears. Again, we've seen this before in the EV build, where these teeth will meet in one of these gears. Then a 2x1, and 4 more of these spacers. Just give me a little bit to make that swing freely. Three more. And another 2x1, but in this hole, and 2 more spacers. I'm just going to do this real fast, just so I know that they're the right width apart. And then I can push the spacers on better. There we go. Okay, so we were here on step 43, 2 more gears. Then another 2x1. And 3 gray spacers. Which leads me to believe that this is going to be the section that's outside of the base. Alright, set that aside, I guess. Oh yeah, we're building the handle. There we go, and then we need a barrel. And a small red ring. Cap. There we go. Now we've got a handle for our crank. And it just goes right on. Exam grading completed. Nice. Okay, so this hits here, here, and here. Before I add that, I want to make sure that everything is in the right orientation. Because this will determine whether Butterfree's wings are crooked, probably. I think this is correct. Turns out some easy listening background music in a chill Twitch stream really improves productivity. Glad to hear it. Okay. Well, this one came out, so that's fun. Okay, so this was here-ish. Oh, because this hooked on... Yeah, I see what happened. Okay, so now this is not the same. Students did a great job, hooray! Nope. Okay, so that one's just vertical. Okay, so now this is way offset, so I need to... There we go. I think that's correct. We'll probably have to adjust it later. No, because this is not down anymore. Okay, I gotta take off the entire rod. Let's back up to where we added these. So this one's here. This one shows this horizontal and then fall down, but it's still being straight up. I think it's supposed to be here. And then the black rod, this is definitely supposed to be down, which means this is no longer aligned. Looks like this. That was like that. And this goes here. I think that's correct. And this went here. And then we skip ahead to after here. This is where we were. This seems correct. There we go, and I'm not going to turn it because things are not being held in place correctly yet. Alright, step 49. Grab a corner piece there. That 3x1. So this one goes here. And then it's saying this goes this way here. So I'm really hoping now that everything's in the right position, because this is going to be hard to fix otherwise. I guess we could slip some gears if I needed to, but that seems dangerous. Whoa, that camera's... Okay, my side camera's acting up a little bit. I did have to restart that phone before we started the stream. How's its battery doing? 100%, okay. Alright, so now we should be lifting this green piece up, putting this in, and this should end up like that. So now both of my green pieces are vertical, so that seems like I did it correctly. And then this is... I hope it's not one gear tooth off. It's probably fine. Alright, long things. Doing this times 2. It wants me to snap them into here. Okay. Okay. Then one in the bottom. And one facing up, one above that. These gray connectors are a lot tighter fit. These don't rotate very well. So I hope they don't have to. Alright, then I take a 3 wide rod, put this in the center. Oh, no, sorry. Put this at the end. Then put this gray 2x1 in the center. Then this goes on the other side. Let me grab these orange circle to T connectors that spin very freely in this. Whoop. Let's drop that piece. There we go. Snap in here, and then these go in here. And then we set this aside again. Okay, then this whole thing goes on here. And then we lift this up until these match here. Okay. Oh, and then this whole thing goes into the slot we left open. right. So these now locked in place. They're being held here and there. Yeah, these are now locked in place at this angle. So that's our support rods. Okay, and now we're building the upper overhang. And the front panels. Oh, that's not all the way. There it goes. Alright, then... Oh, right, we use these to create the corners. Thanks, Heller. Have a safe trip home. It's telling us that we can move the crank to get the piece in the way, which means we should be able to spin it freely now. Okay, it's still sticking somewhere. Trying to look to see if there are any parts rubbing anywhere. seems pretty smooth. Alright, that's... Nope, that's where it was. I'm still worried about that not being all the way down. Yeah, that piece is supposed to be down, so we need to jump this gear about 2 teeth, and then jump this one 2 teeth the other way. So if that's where it needs to be, I need to... adjust this up. There we go. Oh no, I need to pull it out. Okay, so I do need to grab this whole thing as well. Okay, so while that is there, there we go, that's a lot better. That was a corner piece. This goes here. Okay, so that's no setting on there. That needs to be straight down. That needs to be vertical. And if we just push the whole thing in, there we go. That feels better. Okay, this was the corner piece here. That's not how that was, though. Oh, right. This was the corner piece here. It went under. There we go. Okay. Alright, that's fixed to my satisfaction. I don't know if that actually mattered or not, but if it does, it's fixed now. Alright, where were we? Yeah, that's where I stopped. So now we're here. There we go. Then we finish building this overhang. And then add these. I knew we were going to do this soon. Like locking everything in. At this point, it is going to be extremely frustrating to change anything. So everything looks like it's in the right place. Bag 3. Okay, we do have several 2x1 extra pieces, so maybe they just include more extras than Lego does. Which is nice, I guess. All right. Alright, so we're actually building on top of what's here now. Oh, right, because the tiles will go along the outside. There we go. All right. I wonder if we're getting more Lego noise because I put the noise canceling before the gain instead of after it. Not the gain, the gate. Oh no, that shouldn't. No, that should be correct. Did I have noise canceling after the gain? I must have. All right, spin this around. Alright, one of the things I'm going to have to remember is that this 2x1 is only supported on this side and not this side, so if I push down here, the piece will come off. But hopefully we fix that soon. It's getting resolved right now. Now it's being supported there. Oh, this goes on the front here. Okay. We need a 1x1 tile. Actually, let's take that off and just do this. There we go. Then we have this round edge. There we go. Oh, we gotta spin this around. These go under here, but not all the way. There we go. All right, building up the second layer. Then set that aside, because now we're building more framework. There's a 6 hole. It's this one. With 4 of these. Alright, then we need a 4 across. that this just goes in here. And an L that has a plus on top. That spans 2 of these. There it goes. Okay, so just this peg and just the 3rd slot. Connects in just here. Sure that's 3rd slot, not 2nd? Yeah, it highlighted the wrong... I guess it's trying to highlight the peg all the way on the left, but it should highlight the middle of that peg. Because this thing goes over more. Then this goes up. And then what? Kind of hold it in place because otherwise it's just going to keep falling. A 3 long rod and this. We're looking at the front now. Okay, so this is gonna lock it in and make it a slider. There we go. Push that so it's flush. There. So this top piece still rotates, but we're not gonna be able to fix that yet. But then the rest of this will slide up and down. Try to get good reflection so you can see. There we go. So this piece will slide up and down in this groove. Oh, and then this goes through here. Wait, why is there a second half of this that we were supposed to have added? Oh, step 87, I just totally missed it. That's another 6x1. There we go. There, and now that's stable. Okay, so now we've got 2 different rods, basically. We've got the support rod that stands still. This one here. And we've got the movable rod that will slide up and down as this slides up and down. We've got some rocks. Tiny little pebble there. Big rock here. More rocks. Okay, that's weird. We're hiding a little bit more of the gap that's back here by taking one of the rocks and adding grass to the bottom of it. Like that. But it's not really that noticeable, so okay. Did he use the right rock? I guess so? I don't know, the creases on the rocks are not actually there. Those lines that you're seeing in the diagram. That looks right. Another rod through the top here. Then we're building something with all these purple pieces. We take the plus and put it on a down tip and put that on the side of this weird T-shaped piece. Oh, and then we do the same, but the other, facing the other way. And facing like this. Actually, I should put this one on. There we go. And then put this right on here. Oh dear, what the heck is this? Alright, take a 7x1. Take a small white peg, put it on a small black peg, and put that in this like 120-degree angle piece. Then take that like this here. And meanwhile, take one of these, put centered on the other one. This goes like this, with the white peg up. Did I put this on right? Yeah, that looks like 94 sub-step 2. But then when I rotate it in step 96, holes are this way. Yes, okay. I understand. I mean, I click this in, and then it just falls because it's a bunch of heavy pieces not being held up. All right, 95. This clicks in here. Same deal with this. So that clicked in that way. This needs to go this way. And then in 96, I reorient it this way, and then this goes down like that. Yes. So now they're facing outward. Yes, that looks correct. Oh, and then it wants us to lower them. That's great, because I couldn't stop that from happening. Bag 4. We're done with the base. I even have an extra 3-long connector. Wow. Alright. I'm going to take a break. This is going a little bit longer than I thought it would. But we're going to open bag 4, see how far we can get. I hope we can finish it. You forgot the time. Hey, Pug. We just finished the base of the build, but I'm going to take a break now, and then we're going to open bag 4 to start the Butterfree part of the build. So you missed the boring part. Come back for the fun part. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Stick around. And I'm back. Why? We just finished bags 1 through 3, finishing the base of the Mega Motion Butterfree. And I opened bag 4. It's got a lot of small purple pieces. And it had one bag with a bunch of side pip stuff. And then it had this bag with 6 pieces in it, one of which is a custom molded. I'm going to put it on this. No. Just put it on this big block. It's this custom molded piece. I'm going to zoom into quickly here. Which is a round purple 2x1 with tiny little points that have been painted. It's a very unique piece, I assume. So this will be fun. Alright, get that off of here. Let's start building. It's not a Lego piece, it's a Mega Bloks piece, but yes. That will be unique to this build only. Already we've got red versus blue going on again. We didn't really use the red versus blue aspect of the interior of the build. Oh, that was the wrong piece. There we go. And then these go on. Alright, so now we've got blue side and red side, and both have a 3x3 square on that side. You hope that joke was dumb enough to work? Can't fool me. I hate branding in all forms. Therefore, I'm not weak to it. That's not true. Everyone is weak to freaking capitalism, unfortunately. Alright, so we need... I need that, but twice as wide. These. It's just one? No, it says times 2, so I'm doing this times 2. It was oriented pointing toward me, so I saw it as just a 2x2. Alright, we need to add 1x2s. And then add it there. Another 1x2 and two 1x1s with down pips. There we go. What? Oh, weird. So now we need 4 1x1 cameras. But we're not putting them with pips on both sides. We're sticking them into each other. And then putting it on, so the blue side will have 2 extra pips than the red side. The red side will have 2 extra slots. There we go. Then on the red side, which does show those holes in it in step 107, gray 2x3, purple 1x3 with only 2 pips, and then one of our purple rounded 1x1s. And on top of here, we've got 2 types of quarter domes. We have 4 of the shorter one and 2 of the taller one. We're using the taller one. There. And we have 3 of these. What goes in the middle? Just a 1x1? Okay. Looking good so far. What the heck? We need claws. And a seat. All right, on the blue side. Oops. This was this way. I was actually accidentally holding the back of it right on that piece there. I did this wrong. Excuse me. There we go. I don't think it's going to matter, but it matters to me. The big misplays. Yeah, I did. I failed to notice that when we rotated the piece for step 110 that we left the gap in the bottom. So I had it like this. What the heck? Why did this camera die? Alright, stop. Try again. Connection failed. 1 second. I'm gonna go to break real fast so I can fix this. Should be like a minute, hopefully. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, my phone was reporting that it had 100% battery and then died. So, and then I unplugged it and tried to turn it on. It's like 0% battery. So I'm gonna figure that out off stream. Right now, top-down camera is now my personal phone again. That's why I'm glad I have so many phones. For those who are unaware, the phones that I'm using as the cameras for this build, this one, this one, and this one are like $30 prepaid phone or phones with prepaid plans that I bought to use as cameras, and that's it. So there should be nothing draining their battery, but who knows? Pug asked, wait, okay, there was a 2x3 and a 1x3 and those are upside down now. No, I just fixed them. I placed them upside down. But when I said oops and removed them, I then put them on correctly. We're back in business now. And I'm just gonna keep a close look at the battery percentage for that for the top-down phone. Currently says 53%. There we go. Ah, the little white things are the teeth. The tiny little teeth sticking down from Butterfree's mouth. That makes sense. Okay, and this is supposed to go here. So it's going into that hole and then angled like that. That looks correct. So this is a 3x2. And the purple pip is going into the interior hole. All right, we've got 2 antenna. Let's go like that. And we start with plugging a frying pan into the bottom there. And then the top is basically just a rounded piece on both sides of a double-sided 1x1. So just make those. Oh no, wait, one of the rounded pieces doesn't have a hole. Which is why they're 2 separate versions of the rounded piece. There we go. And then we put one on top of the other. Alright, take a 1x2 with an offset hole. Add this L bar. Give it a hook. And then that goes through both of these. And a small purple cap. There it goes. Push that down as far as it'll go in. We use this to push it down. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's it for this, bag 5. Wait, we have all of these extra pieces? What have I missed? Maybe we just have a lot of extra pieces in this build. Yeah, it looks like it. Because these are all unique pieces that we only have one extra of, and we didn't have any previously, so. Alright. Bag number 5. I spy some rubber bands. And some more unique pieces. Is a curved 2x1 with 3 small claws. Probably. It looks a lot like the purple one that had the teeth, but now there's a middle one as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna dump this out. And we'll deal with it. Alright, what are we building? We need a 3x2. Into the unique piece bag they go. No, I only got one of them. That's weird. I didn't get extra teeth, and I didn't get the extra claws. Well, I assumed that I'll need 2 of these, and they only gave me 2. Maybe that's why it was in its own small separate bag, because that's one of the quality control pieces of... These are expensive. We're checking to make sure everyone gets exactly what they need and no extra. Although I presume there's probably an extra rubber band just in case, because look, rubber degrades over time, so. That's the pieces I'm looking for. You have a strange desire to collect all those unique pieces in the world and put them in a pile. Alright. That's gonna be expensive. We need a 5x2. What do we got here? 2 2x1s with down pips, 2 1x1s with down pips. Alright, I'm just gonna take all the rubbly pieces and put them in a bin. Alright, a 2x1, 1x1. We need normal 2x1s as well, yeah. See, a lot of them with up pips. Here we go. Alright, so we set those aside, and then... Oh, we only need one of the 2x1s. There's that. And this goes under the 5x2. It connects everything together. Alright, so there are 2 sizes of these curved ramps. And it looks like all of this size were in this bag, and then the small ones were in this one, yeah. So we want the middle size and the tall ones. Alright, so starting at the front, we have the tall ones. You know, Bear and a Bird who like collecting things. I heard they were strolling around the racetrack. again these. There we go. Alright, then this hooks into the bottom of here. Right here. And in the front we get 2 down pips here. A really weird angle to put them in. That's fine. Should have told us to put this in first. And then 2 1x1s with up pips on the sides. You know what? I'm gonna... There. Now that can go on. What the heck are those pieces in 123? These things? Yeah, okay. What are these? Okay, so you take a 2x1 brick. Oh. What happened to my color? You need to... Over here. Stop with your automatic white balance. That's wrong. Okay. So you take a 2x1 brick, you carve it into a circle, into a semicircle. And then, I'm just gonna hook it to this so I can hold it. You take the front of it, and you curve that into a semicircle, and you take the bottom of it and you chop it off and you add a ball joint, the socket for the ball and socket. What the heck? And we get 2 of them. We don't get an extra of this one, it's too large. Okay, where do these go? These just go underneath here. Ah, this is where we use these things. It'll definitely add to the insect joint look, probably. Okay, so underneath this, if I don't drop it, is a dome that we're adding a 2x1. There we go. And the pointy thing. And then it's like this, and then the ball joint goes under this corner. And this is for this side. You know, what if I do it this first? Yeah, now I can line this up like this. Maybe. There we go. And then it's like this, and it goes in this corner. All right. Those are definitely its claws. And then angle them in slightly. This goes on here. And we add... What? No way. There's no way that you mean for me to do that. It's got to go here, right? Okay, look at 26 or 126 step 1, because it looks like we're taking these half domes and we're shoving them onto the ball joints, but I think that's highlighted wrong, considering where they are in substep 2, or next to it. So I'm gonna keep it like this. Yeah, because now this is where the ball joints should be highlighted. In 127, where we snap the 2 sockets like so. Like so. There it goes. Alright, so we got a little bit of movement up and down. Yep, and the domes definitely make sense where they are, the half domes. Alright. Now we take this and let's bump out this camera a little bit. So it goes here. Yep. We're just leaving a gap, huh? Or does it go here? That doesn't make sense. Nope, it goes here. Okay. All right. So now we take the thin curves and 2 little feet. These go at right angles. Go here. Nope. Is that not? Oh, that is where they go. Okay. So it just sticks out a little bit? It does. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Just that piece there. Alright, lots of blue. Alright, 2 down pips. Wait, what is number... Step 132 says we need 4 of these 1x1 with double down pips. But then it only places 2 of them. I think that's a wrong number. Oh, wait, we're doing 2 of these. Everything is doubled. I didn't see the giant times 2 in the top bottom corner. That makes sense. Okay, so we might as well. There we go. These go here and here. All right, then thin curve. 1x1 tile. Thick curve. How dare you? Alright, our soundtrack has looped back to the live album, which means that it is running late, but I still have a whole bag to go. That's fine. I'll just keep going. This is not a build that I want to stop like 2/3 of the way through. I'm more than 2/3 of the way through it. Yeah, this is going to be single stream. Because it's about half the pieces of the Pikachu and the Eevee. So now I've got this thing. I've made a Butterfree butt. Just sticks right on there. Maybe. There it goes. No worries. Alright. Step 138, retrieve the wings. It's the wings folder. Come on. You know what? Probably shouldn't be using a blade to cut this, but... Yeah, I'm gonna put this away. Or damage something. There we go. Alright, we need 2 of the small pegs. And they go in the holes on top. As far down as I can make them go. Nope. There it goes. Instantly a Butterfree. Before it was just a bug. Oh, wait. They go under the pegs. There we go. Yep. They do be wings. Alright, what are we making here? We're doing this times 2. let's add it to here first. There we go. And what is that piece? It's this thing. Okay, it's a 2x2 with a 2-hole. I don't know what to call those things. Because they're not Technics, that's a Lego brand. Oh, I know what these are. These are to allow us to flap the wings. Yep, okay. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm doing this right. This is still going upward. And then this goes into this slot. And then this goes up through this hole here. Does it go all the way through? It does. There we go. It goes all the way through. Do we connect something up here? Sure do. And it goes around this piece. And then I assume the same on the other side. Yeah. No more pieces fell, including the one I needed. I've been clumsy the past few days. Alright. So this goes in. Angle this upward like this. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to get a good camera angle on this, sorry. There we go. Then up through this hole. On that, there we go. Alright, what else are we building? Okay, these are the small rear wings. There's that. I make 2 of these little pegs. There we go. And I need the other ones. Which are not symmetrical. The markings go different direction. Okay, so like this. This goes under here, and then the pegs go in. This one here. And this hole here. There we go. The hole goes through here, and that peg goes through here. We add a little cap to it. Add a cap on the top. Add one on the bottom. No. Really? So there's nothing securing this on? There's just a peg that loosely fits in a hole but can easily slide out? Alright. If you say so. Other one. Alright, so now like this, I need to make the other pegs. There it goes. Alright, so this way. The front one goes into the 1x1. And the rear one goes into this hole here. So yeah, this small white peg on the bottom here goes into that hole and then just sits there. Doesn't get held down by anything. Ah, we had rubber bands. From here. Oh, come on. He wants two of them, huh? Ow. What the hell? What are you doing now, camera? Autofocus. Exposure lock. What the heck? There it goes. Okay. Ah, okay, now we push what? Okay, these rubber bands are gonna be very tight. Because now have to take this piece, push all of the rubber bands between those two pegs and push this on there. Actually, if I just crank this a little bit, there we go. Let's line it up. There. And back. That was actually easier if I used the actual machine to move the things. Bag 6. Bag 6 has so few pieces in it. Of course, they're all the fiddly small plant pieces, but... And 4 of them are nameplates that I only get to choose one. Choose your language. Smetbo. I have no idea what language that is. Alright, so I need just to make little flowers. Alright, this goes in the front here. And in the middle of back here. But angled like this. Alright, we take a peg and put it inside another peg. And then we take a double jointed peg, or like a wide jointed peg. Then we add a curved peg. But we also add a peg to the small part of the other peg. Now we set that down and add blue flowers to these leaves. This goes on here. And this goes on here. What did I do? What did I press? We're good. Oh, I pressed maker 1. That's the scene we're supposed to be on. Ah, this goes in the moving piece here. There we go. And then we also make another small blue flower. Like so. We get to add the hearts and or clouds. Clouds. That makes more sense for a flying type. Clouds made of hearts. Yep, that makes sense. More heart clouds. Then on the other side, alright, we get another wide joint. We add a small peg to the bottom. And an extension peg over here. Keep the white flower leaf. There we go. And that goes in. Oh, that just goes back here. Okay. Sure. Oh, one last orange flower. That goes up here. Maybe. Possibly. There we go. Okay, so small peg into extender. Into a Y peg that has an extender here. Into another Y peg. Has an extender here. And I need 3 blue flowers. Is that the end of the album? Do I need to make more music happen? Sure is. My playlist has run dry. My playlist of Pokemon music. Let's just go play. Let's just skip through these again. There we go. And play. There we go. My playlist is not designed for a stream this long. There we go. And this slots into here. More clouds. How dare you? How dare you jump out of my hand like that? One last step. Yup. Your name is Butterfree. Oh, and here are some cards and scan to see the movement, and that's it. Great. Let me grab all the pieces. We're done. As it flaps its wings, the 2 tall flowers move. And that snapping is this rubber band. There we go. Looks so good. I'm very happy with this build. This is very smooth, yes. A lot smoother than Eevee and Pikachu, actually. Probably because there are a lot fewer moving parts. There's... The entire Butterfree is the one moving bar. And then a bunch of hinges up top. The only gearing system involved is to make the plants move, and that's it. There are no running legs or anything like that, or like an elaborate conveyor belt to make grass move. None of that. So it's a lot simpler. I think a lot better, actually. Mega Motion may be an exaggeration. Mega is the brand of... Mega Bloks Motion Butterfree. Except they're not called Mega Bloks anymore. They're just called Mega. All right, there we go. Let's get. What angle do I want it? That's probably the best one, huh? All right, there we go. That's it for today. Thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate it. Whether you're watching live on Twitch, and in which case your name is Pug, or you're watching the VOD on YouTube or on Twitch, thank you very much. If you want to help me out, you can do the free things, etc., etc. Coming up on stream on Wednesday and Friday, I'm doing more Archipelago, trying to finish that up, but there's a lot left. There's a lot more than I thought there would be. On Sunday with friends, and on Monday, I have one last Mega Bloks Motion Pokemon kit. And it's one that a lot of people called ugly, but I really like it. It's Magikarp. I'm starting this next week. This thing, it just flops. That's it. I think this is hilarious, and I can't wait to get started on it. There are a few other motion kits. I know there's Gyarados. I think there's a Charizard, but like I don't really care about those Pokemon. Magikarp flopping around, just splashing. This is fantastic. I can't wait to start this next week. But that has to wait for next week. That is hideous, but still fantastic. That's the complaint that a lot of people had. This is the reason why this box looks so much different than the other boxes is this is a San Diego Comic-Con 2023 exclusive that they then made available online. And it then went on sale because people weren't buying it. So I really like it and find it hilarious that the Mega Motion line has an entry that is just Magikarp used Splash. So that'll be... Check out that face. It is pretty hideous, absolutely, but I still can't wait to build it. That's gonna do it. Thank you everyone for watching. Again, do all the free things like comment, subscribe, etc., etc. And thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.